Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is December 1st, and what I've decided to do for the month of December, so long as I can stick with it, is post a video every single day up until Christmas. So 25 days of Christmas, and do a new kind of festive eye look every single day. And some of them are going to be more than just an eye look. We're going to kind of increase the difficulty. I'm not terribly talented, so I'm going to give it my best shot. So what I have been doing recently is I found that every time that I kind of prep my face with my moisturizers and all my serums and stuff, like my eyebrows just, they don't want to work with me. So I watched some YouTuber, I'm not sure who, but I am going to find that video and link her down below, where she goes through and she does not moisturize her face. She just does her eyebrows first, and then she goes back through and she moisturizes and then does the rest of her makeup. So I've been doing that the last like week or so, and it's worked out so much better. So we're gonna go for that again today. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. pencil. This has been like my go-to recently. I totally need to get some new products, but because I already bought Christmas and everything, which shout out to me for actually buying Christmas before Christmas this year. There she goes. She's on top now. I'm kind of broke. So I am just going to stick to my like $4 brow pencil from e.l.f. because it's working. It's what it is. I don't even care. But anyways, for those of you that actually know me, y'all are going to be so proud of me for actually buying Christmas so soon. Last year, I'm pretty certain that I bought like my mom's Christmas gift like after Christmas. She lives about 3 hours away, 3.5, but we like to take the back roads because going through Houston at any point in time is just a no-go. It's a mess, like 2 a.m. and there's somehow traffic. I don't get it. But anyways, so we went after Christmas because my wife was working and there was some other stuff going on. But so yeah, I'm pretty certain like 2 or 3 days after Christmas is when I bought her Christmas gift. I did already have her birthday gift. Her birthday is Christmas Eve, so we make it a point to always get her 2 gifts, because if we don't, we'll get in a lot of trouble. Which, and for those of you who are not aware, I am adopted, so that's not even like my biological mom. But she stepped in my life whenever I needed her like so much. Which, if y'all want, I can get into like a whole life story. That's gonna take too long probably, but maybe I can get through it through the month of December. Y'all can get to know me a little better. We'll see. But yeah, my mom, she adopted me. I don't even, no, I'm not legally adopted or anything, but I mean, I call her mom. She treats me like one of her kids, so she has me, and then my sister Taylor and my sister Shelby, which are both biologically hers, and then my brother Josh, which is biologically my dad's, who obviously they're married and whatnot. So yeah, these brows are still not working with me. I think it's just me at this point. I feel like I need to change how I do my brows, but I don't really know right now. I will work on that as the month goes on, guys. And if y'all have any tips and suggestions on how to help these bad boys, please let me know. I'm down for it. Alright, so like I said, my face is not moisturized or anything. So what I am going to use is I'm going to use this black snail serum, which I know it sounds gross. I promise y'all it's not. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. They've been on here for a few minutes. I usually don't leave them on for like 5 minutes or so. Garbage can. Anyway, so I put this directly under my eyes. It definitely helps, along with that mask, which I only use that mask here and there, those eye masks, but a little on my nose and a little above my lips so that it gets on my lip. And then I use rosehip seed oil. I've said before I have pretty bad rosacea. It's actually not as bad as some, but this helps so much with the redness on my face, and it's a really good moisturizer. And then I use pure hyaluronic acid as well. And just a few drops of this is plenty. So, and if y'all hear that noise, it's because my cat is now behind my dresser, being a pain in my ass. She likes to go back there and then like reach in and pull out all the clothes. I'm gonna also use my e.l.f. concealer. I know I'm being extra cheap right now. I'm sorry, guys. I am out of my NARS concealer, which was like one of the saddest days I've had in a while when I ran out of that. But it is what it is again. Need to go get my eyebrows redone again too. The one esthetician I was seeing, just, I don't even know what happened with her. So I'm on the lookout for a new one. I went to the European Wax Center and I just was not very happy with what happened with my eyebrows. Like, she didn't do a bad job or anything. I don't know. It's probably just me. I'm super picky. Like, I haven't found a nail technician that I like that much, so I keep shopping around. I just messed this eyebrow up worse, guys. Going with it, I need to figure out how to do my eyebrows again. I don't know what's going on with me recently. Those aren't even. Like, nowhere near even. I'm gonna fix this one by starting over on this one. This one's still not even. But you know what? It's even enough. It's good enough for government work. We're gonna call it a day here. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend this concealer down a little bit. I am not going to prime my eyes with my concealer the entire way, just where it's at. So it is the eyeshadow primer from My Minerals Makeup. There we go. She did send me like the whole November kit, but 2 of the shadows were like pressed extra hard, and I didn't want to depot them and then like repress the shadow in case like that messed it up or something. I didn't want to mess it up and then do a review and then, you know. So we've been in touch and she's working on getting a new batch of those done because everyone, unfortunately, that ordered that ended up with messed up eyeshadows, which really sucks for everyone and them. Like, I would be really upset if my factory, you know, overpressed my shadows and I'm having to send more out. Like, that would upset me. But anyway, so whenever I get those in, I will do a full review. But I would like to say that this stuff, I mean, it's super thick. Like, you can tell as I'm putting it on that it's really, really thick, but it's amazing. It's one of the best eyeshadow primers I've ever used. And I've used quite a few, and I was getting to the point where I was just using my concealer because that was the only thing like really working. But she sent me this stuff, and I just want to say how awesome it is. Like, it helps hold everything. Like, you don't even have to set it like you do with everything else. It almost like turns into a powder and ends up setting itself. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I love it. I'm going to be using the coveted James Charles Morphe palette, which, shout out to my wife because she did also get me all of the brushes, which, as you see, I haven't even opened them all yet. I have the other side opened some of them. You can see like some of them are dirty. We're gonna start though with a transition shade, and I'm gonna use my coveted Space Case. This is Karma is a Beach. God, I love this line of cosmetics. I like want to buy all of them. So I'm just gonna pick some up on my Morphe M433 and pat it in and get a good outline going with this. Okay. This is a dirty brush, story of my life. But I am just going in and like outlining where I want all of my shades to be. It helps me. And I would say do this for your eye shade. Now we're gonna dip into our James Charles palette. I've only dipped into this once before. I still have this handy dandy thing. I hate these things, but I have it so that I can like, wait. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna go into our James Charles palette, and I'm doing, like I said, more of a reddish look, so we're obviously gonna stay up here. This is a huge palette, y'all. If y'all don't have this, whenever it gets restocked, I highly suggest that y'all go and get it. It is ginormous. Let's get to it. I'm gonna start with Rusted, so this shade here. And then I'm going to go into You're Kidding. And I don't know. We'll see. We're going to use some reds and some browns and maybe some oranges, which there's obviously plenty of. And I'm going to take this off and set it here for quick access. And let's get to it. So I'm going to start with the M433, a clean one this time, guys. And like I said, I'm going to start with Rusted. And I'm just going to tap it in. I wish I had a list, I'm sure I can find one somewhere, of which ones of these are pressed pigments and which are actually the eyeshadows, because it makes a big difference. And I'm sure y'all know, but for those of you who don't, a pressed pigment is exactly what it sounds like. The pigments that they use for the eyeshadows are literally just pressed into the pan. There's not all the additives and stuff, which I don't know what those additives and such are. Don't ask me, I don't know how to make eyeshadow. But technically they are not FDA approved for, I guess it's not even technically, like they're not FDA approved for your eyes. There's already been, I'm sure, a couple people out there with a few issues with these, which I feel bad for them, but it's just one of those things. My cat is in my lap, y'all. I'm gonna pan down so y'all can see my lovely cat doing her lovely cat things. Anyways, we're gonna continue on with her because she's gonna be here whether I want her to be or not. Okay. So we had a good red going. And I'm gonna get an M441 after I move my cat. She is a mess. Okay, so the M441, and I'm going to go into Boutique. I have like this up here. Okay, we're just gonna take it and we're gonna add a little bit of depth and dimension in here. So this is the first time I've ever used Morphe brushes. I have Sigma brushes and some Wet n Wild brushes, some e.l.f. brushes. I have all the brushes, but I have never gotten any of these until now. And I don't know if I prefer my Sigma or these. I haven't quite formulated an opinion yet. But I'm honestly leaning towards these. At least a few of them. Like this one, I've always wanted a more pointed blendy brush. And the ones that Sigma has, I'm not sure which the proper word is there. I don't know. They don't like work well with me. And it's probably just me. It usually is. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this in here. About even. Looking good. Here, let me zoom in just a little. We're gonna go and get a more precise brush and go in with You're Kidding. Okay. I'm going to pat this in. Just kind of pressing it into my skin right now. Trying to get it as evenly distributed as possible. Okay, so you have it like this, which is like super bold and dark. So I'm just going to go in like this. And I will come back later and clean all of this up. So now we've gone from more of a burnt orange to the red. I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Okay, so I'm going to take an M456 and I'm going to go in with Code James, which is, it's in one of the bigger pans. So this is 10%, no, this is Code James and then this is 10% off. So I'm going to start with Code James and then I'm going to go to 10% off. Which, in case you were curious, that's his code for 10% off. And I'm just going to come up here above my brow bone and blend this in. And the reason I'm doing that is because I feel like the red is like too in your face right now. And I want this to be a look that I can just kind of go out and run some errands, go to the grocery store, you know, whatnot. So, okay. And then I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into code James, or 10% off, whichever this is, and then just go right where my crease is and build that in. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm gonna go in with No Beans, which is the darkest brown in the big pans, and I'm getting just a little bit. And again, I'm just going in to add this depth here, because I am gonna go in and cut the crease, even though I'm pretty certain before I said I wasn't. Changed my mind, guys. I have no idea what I'm doing half the time with my makeup until I do it. So this is what it's looking like right now. This one's a little bit more dirty on my lid, which it happens. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to kind of just lightly press this in and not blend it as much, so that whenever I cut my crease, I'll have like that dark, I don't even want to say like line, but I guess that is what it is. I should have learned all this terminology. Okay, so they're looking evenish, as even as they can. They're sisters, not twins. I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease and clean up here. I am going to cut it with my Makeup Forever. I'm going to use the M124, putting it on the back of my hand like I do, looking like this. And then it says, I don't even know what this is for. Probably should have kept the bags, because they did have like their names and what they do on the back of them. So I guess that's the purpose of all the plastic, at least for some of them. Okay, so I've cut the crease on that one. What I'm doing is I feel like I have like too much on my eyelid and I don't want to like mess up anything else. So I go in, I get just a little bit, and then I tap it on my hand to get all the excess off. So there's like almost none. And then I come in and I start in the corner and then I just drag it out. Right? So it looks like this. But if you'll see, let me see here. See up here how there's like that line? You can tell there's obviously extra, and I can't see out of my right eye to save my life. So I'm going to grab my Becca and I'm just going to pull this down in an effort to like blend it out. That one's not as clean, but it never is. So I'm just going to pick up some more product, and I'm coming up here. I'm keep blocking y'all's view, I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. They're about even now. So now that I have it like this, I am going to, one of these days I'm going to get a remote control to do this. I'm going to come up in here and fix that, because I did get a little crazy. Okay. Alright, so that cut out there, but all I did was kind of clean up this side a little bit. We're going to clean this up as we get there. As of right now, let's get back to it. I'm going to go back in with the 431. I don't need to pick up any more product. I'm just going to go in and kind of clean up those edges that I cleaned up. So I'm cleaning up what I cleaned up. And I'm just trying to smooth out these edges a bit, just so it doesn't look like I obviously cut it so hard, I guess. Okay. And then on this side too, I am going to go into one of my Tarte palettes. and hit Mod. This one here, this super red. Same brush as I was just using, if I can find it. Here it is. So same brush, just picking up a little bit, and I'm going right above that dark brown that I have in there. Just feel like every time I blend out the reds here in this James Charles palette, it almost like washes them out. Alright, so now it's like red. Good deal. Put that one up. And I'm going to take So Good, and then I'm going to transition that into Wig and see how that goes. I'm going to start with the M456, and I'm going to start here in the crease, and like I said, I'm going to work it out. So we have Ring Light here in the corner, so now we're going to go in with So Good, and I'm just picking it up just an itty bitty bit. I don't even think y'all can see, and I am not going up towards that crease that I've already cut, just because every time I do that, I mess it up. So I'm just leaving that as is for now. And I'm going to go in with a more fine brush later and work on that. Okay, so I'm going almost to, so I'm like here, and you can see like there's this itty bitty spot here that's left. So once I'm done with the other side, I'm going to go in and work on that. I'm going to pull out my other one. I swear I can't see y'all, even with my contacts in. Alright, so now we're going to go in with Wig, which is this darker gold. And I'm going to just press it in here, just to kind of give it like that gradient kind of look. Alrighty, that looks bomb. And I'm going to go in with another M124 brush, a clean one this time. We're going to start with So Good, and we're just going to go up all the way up to the crease. So let me kind of zoom in for y'all so y'all can see a little better. Okay, so I've got it on the brush here, tap off excess, and we're coming right up to the crease and then just pulling it down. So let me see if I can get y'all to see what I'm doing. Because for the longest time, I had the biggest problems with, I would do a cut crease look and then somehow like the bottom shade would get into the top shade and vice versa. And I have found that by doing it in this manner where you just take that and you pull it down, it does it perfectly. I don't know how other people do it, but this is how I've kind of like learned to do it. So this is what we have so far. We're going to go in, we're going to clean this up. We're going to add some highlighter. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe. I've been using one over here for a while. And I'm going to take my nail under one of these. And I just go from the corner of my eyebrow to the corner of my eyelid. Because I feel like that, I don't know, it works best. And then I just clean up the rest here. Which is a lot. I am not going to add any type of eyeliner today. I've been trying to use eyeliner, and like no matter what I do with the eyeliner, it's been messing up. So I made an executive decision to lay off for a while. What I am going to do is I'm going to come in, same brush, dirty brush, and just kind of take right here and just blend it out just a little bit so it's not so harsh. Probably shouldn't pull my skin like this. Alright. Boom. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some mascara. Alright, so there we go. Good to go. I am going to go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line. I'm going to use the M431 that I've been using. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Boutique, which is a brown. And I'm just going to lightly kind of, I have to pull my skin, and I'm already wrinkly, so it is what it is. And I'm just going to go here on this bottom lash line. So, and I don't want to go like super below my lash line, just because every time I feel like I do that with a red, it ends up looking like I have a pink eye or a black eye or something. And I'm going to just finish doing my normal look. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Alright, so welcome back. I obviously have finished everything. I've highlighted and contoured and put on a little blush. I did use a new highlighter. My neighbor gave me this one from Unique. It's in Benevolent. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so I'm using that. I've also been contouring my lip here and here in an effort to make them look bigger. I feel like it kind of, I don't know if it works or not. So if y'all have stuck around this long, does it look like I have a dirty face, or does it look like I've contoured properly and I've got bigger lips? Who knows? Alright, so the only thing I have not done, I have not added a lip color. I have so many to choose from, but because my eyes are so bold, I don't want to go with something crazy. I kind of want to go with just a neutral color. So I'm going to start with lining my lips. Step 1. Let's start with the NYX. It's just a nude color. I never wear this one alone. It always just kind of makes my lips look dirty. And then I'm going to go in. Actually, that looks pretty good. Not going to leave it though. I'm going to go in. I just want to add like a little bit of color. So I'm going to take, I have e.l.f. in Berry Black. It's really dark. And I'm going to take one of my brushes, just like a point brush. This is a Wet n Wild one. And I'm just going to pick up some of this color here on this brush and go in. Perfect. Alright. So, and if not, that would have been like super, super dark. So, this is the final look. So, day 1, December 1st of the 25 looks of Christmas is now complete. So, if you'll have any tips or suggestions for tomorrow's video, drop them ASAP, because I have to get started on that one too. I'm having to film them and edit them the same day and get them uploaded, so I may have to film like 1 or 2 like the same day, just because my finals are coming up soon. And then after that, like, it's my break and then my son's break. I'm on break before him from college, so at least I'll have like a few days of like quiet and peace. It'll be really nice. I have like, how many classes am I taking? I'm taking 5 classes, so I have 5 finals. One of them is a take-home final though, so shout out to Dr. Sun. Her class is really difficult, but I love it, and I love her as a professor. So anyways, for those of you who have stuck around this long, y'all are some troopers, and thank you so much for all your support. Yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow, and thank y'all.